see that there's a lack of connection over here. Good morning, and welcome to Mystical Things from the Tanya. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from my home in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. We welcome this morning Susan from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Eric is with us. Erica from Norway. Fariba from Texas. Good morning. Luciana is with us. Andrea from New Jersey. Good morning. Tina, shalom. Shani from South Africa, where Shabbos must be very close. Anna, shalom. Dawn from Kansas. Good morning. Diana from London, Ontario. Good morning. Art is with us from Michigan. And Michael. Mark Lozata from Poland. Linda from New York. Good morning. Jonathan is with us. And Carolina from Montreal. Good morning. Robert from Boston. Good morning. Cecilia. Who else? Omar is with us. Rena from Colorado. Boker Tov. Edward from Juno Beach, Florida. Good morning. Carolina is also from Brazil. Okay. John from North Carolina, welcome. Alan from LA. Alice from Baltimore. Jeffrey from Toronto, shalom. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, folks. We conclude today the 7th letter of Iger's HaKodesh, the holy letters of the Alter Rebbe. What we have learned till now is that each and every single one of us are fortunate. How are we fortunate? We have a portion of God. How do we have a portion of God? God is indivisible. Well, that's true. However, in the creative process, there is division. And we can have a part of that. We can have a part of an attachment to the light of God, the way it is brought into this world. We can have a portion of that. And each and every one of us have a portion that when we pray, especially, it becomes illuminated, that portion. That ray of light that illuminates our soul, because our soul is made up of 613 components, because the will of God is made up of 613 components. And that will illuminates our soul, and we in turn are illuminated through it. We can experience that in our prayers and davening. There's another aspect now. We all have won the lottery. Absolutely. What does a lottery mean? Well, different than a portion. A portion, we all have a portion. There's an equality between all of us. Lottery is suggestion that I won the lottery. You also won the lottery. We all won the lottery, but means that we have a different lot. What does that mean? What is our lottery that we have that's unique and different, one from the other? And that is, of course, what we're fortunate in our winnings. And that lottery is, of course, a lottery in our relationship to God. What does that mean exactly? How do we understand that? So the Alter Rebbe explains. Not all souls are the same. All souls come from different worlds. And within those worlds, different dimensions of those worlds. You can have a soul that comes from Atzilus, Bria, Yitzira, Asiya. Most of our souls probably come from the world of Asiya. And in Asiya, the lowest spiritual world, it can come from the Chachma of us, the divine wisdom of the world of Asiya. It can come from the emotions and different elements of the emotions. And within emotions, there's so many different gradations. All that will dictate ultimately what our lot is. Now, this concept is based on teachings of the Talmud, that the Talmud says, I quote the question, with what commandment was your father scrupulous with? And the answer came, and that individual was the commandment of tzitzis. So the Alter Rebbe explains, we all have to follow Torah and mitzvahs. If not, and as we explained, because our soul is made up of 613 components, those 613 components need to be illuminated by the light of and the ray of the light of God, which is His will, the 613 commandments. So if there's a part of my soul that's not being illuminated, that part of that soul needs to return, be reincarnated, come back, in order that it can fulfill the needs of the soul, 613 components, to be illuminated. Makes sense? That being said, though, there is in our lives something that is unique to me in my connection to God. In other words, I have to fulfill, all men have to put on tefillin, women Shabbos candles, right? And there's an equality in that. And in all of the mitzvahs. That being said, there's something more illuminating my soul. The word zahir means careful, but also means, like the word zohar, illuminating. There's something that illuminates my soul more than the other mitzvahs. That is the unique path and pathway in my life of a mitzvah that brings me the more careful, illuminating connection to God. That's what the Talmud is speaking about. Now that's speaking about on an individual level, that each and every single one of us have that individually unique about us, but it's also collectively in a generation. You had the times in the Talmud that the uniqueness of that generation was the study of Torah. In our generation, charity, for example, or whatever. Whatever is the uniqueness of that generation to the luminous needs of that generation, which of course, the Rebbe of the generation will illuminate us with, right? So that can be collectively as a generation, but that's also specifically each and every single one of us. That is the unique path in our connection to God. Again, this does not mean, let's give by way of example. Some people, what might be their particular mitzvah that they, I don't know if the word enjoy is the right word, but they're more careful, it's more illuminating of their soul, right? Again, not to the exclusion of, therefore, because I'm so engaged in this one, so, like, for example, someone might be hosting guests. It's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah, part of, whether it's a part of Ahavas Yisrael, of, having people at your Shabbos table. That's what illuminates my soul. That's what I feel a particular connection to. Connecting to people at my Shabbos table. For example, now with COVID, it might be a little difficult, but, right? Here, the example was tzitzis in the Talmud. Another person, it might be tzedakah, being charitable. Another, davening, tefillin, whatever, Shabbos candles, and so on. Again, not to the exclusion of the other mitzvahs at all, God forbid, because we have 613 components of the soul that need to be illuminated by the will of God. That's also divided into 13 parts, which we explain. But there's the gateway. There is the particular thing that more careful and more illuminating my soul, that sort of speaks deeper and more profoundly to me. And why is that? It's not the alternative experience. That's a lottery. A lottery is transcendent of logic. It's not a logical thing that you particularly are, what illuminates your soul and what gets you fired up more, and your connection to God is tzedakah, or davening, praying, or tzitzis is the example over here, right? It's a lottery, meaning it's beyond, it's transcendent of logic. It's the way your soul is sourced above. Why? As God desired. And therefore, that's what your soul is illuminated more down here as a result. That's the true concept of a lottery. And as a result, this is the lot that comes from God. That is the unique pathway, the unique mitzvah of the 613 that's going to bring an illumination and will illuminate as a result all of the other mitzvahs in a greater manner that we fulfill. So, folks, I have a question. What is your lottery that you have won? One meaning that God has given to you that's beyond your understanding. It just seems to touch you, speak to you more, and you are more careful with this particular mitzvah than others. Again, every mitzvah we have to be particular and careful and fulfill it. But then there's something that is more illuminating of me, of my soul. That is something from above, not something of my doings. And hence, what I need to focus specifically on, and it becomes the gateway even for the other mitzvahs to be more illuminated. So if you want to share, please do. If you want to think about it, by all means. I would say for myself, what is that mitzvah, that gateway, that which is more illuminous to my soul? Actually, in general, is teaching Hasidus, learning and teaching, in particular teaching Hasidus, mystical teachings, and in particular Tanya, what I'm doing right now. So many of you say, oh, so nice, thank you, you're so devoted, and this and that. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'm not certain. I don't know if that's what it is, or is it that this is what illuminates my neshama, and I'm aware of that, and I know that that's my particular path that I need to develop and work on, just because it naturally comes so. It's like an artist, you know. Whatever you, if a real artist, whatever you will do to hold them back, can never hold them back, because it's something of their soul that they need self-expression of. Same thing, our soul needs a self-expression uniquely that is a part of my soul, the lottery of my soul, again, transcendent of understanding and logic, that illuminates me and gets me more feeling connected and more engaged in and more careful in and fired up about. So Tanya is that for me, and allows the other things to be more fired up, I hope, likewise. So anybody want to share what it is for them? That would be amazing to hear from you. Rick from the Chicago area. Denise from New York. Florence. Karen from Springfield, Ohio. Evie from Mexico. Stephanie from Bloomington, Illinois. Blanca from New York. Deborah. Celia from Texas. Okay, let's see. Susan from Florida. Antonio from Portugal. Joa. Paula from California. Michael. Let me see if anybody has something to share. Scotty from Tennessee. Karen from Florida. Annie from Rica. Janice says Charity. Sarah. Shalom, Jonalyn. Stephanie says, discovering her Judaism, Torah study, Shabbos candles, excellent, okay. Cindy, Shani, honoring father and mother, okay, beautiful, and teaching. Joanne, bringing joy to others, and Shabbos candles, all right, beautiful, thank you. Trisha. You, Amy, bringing blessings before, making blessings before eating. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Amy. Very nice. Marcia. All right. Yes, we win the lottery when we get married. Absolutely. But here we're talking about the marriage with God, because that's a lottery that is there forever, because even, you know, we were born with it, so to speak. Maria Lozata, thank you. All right. Erica, Torah and Zohar study. All right. Carolina, Shabbos candles. Bringing comfort to your parents. Beautiful. Priscilla, davening for others. And challah baking. Gianna, walking to 2nd Avenue and back. Challah, okay, beautiful. Alan, to be happy, simcha, okay. Ilana, healing people in pain, beautiful. I just want to clarify that when we're speaking here, it's one of the mitzvahs of God, because that's the will of God, that therefore illuminates my soul, 613 wills, rays of light, that are 613 components of our soul, right? So we need to be able to relate it back to one of the mitzvahs. So like healing people in pain could be Avas Yisrael, love for another, for example. And it has to be God's command, not my feel good about doing something good, which might be, but we have to know how to relate it back to God's mitzvah, just to bring clarity to the idea. Okay. Robin, head covering, modesty. Wow, beautiful. That's very interesting, very nice. From Rehovot, Pesha. Trisha from the UK. Denise, helping my fellow Jew, especially with increasing their faith and a trust in God and tzedakah. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Via, yes, our relationship with God. That's what we're talking about. Exactly. Tim, tzitzis. Oh, wow. Very nice. So Diane says that her husband is her lottery and that they study Torah together. Opened up her eyes. Beautiful. Oh, my condolences. And he passed away this past. All right. Pesha says about her boys davening that it fills her with light. Beautiful. Okay. Rick, having poetry published in the service of Hashem and charity. Priscilla's Shabbos candles too. Michael. Community service through his career. Okay. Then he's helping the poor and the needy. Michael teaching children Judaism. Rena helping people to bring joy, lighting Shabbos candles. Beautiful. April, thank you. Her mom and husband, her lottery. Okay. Yeah, no doubt. People in our lives is a lottery. No question. Imar saying Modani first thing in the morning. Okay, beautiful. Sigalit. And shares it. Linda doing tshuva. Oh, learning Torah. Ilana. Oh, okay. Yes. Susan, I'm not certain. Oh, okay. I don't know what that. Okay. Yeah. That's right. Okay, Cindy, thank you. Denise learning Tanya. Okay, we got someone to say Tanya. I didn't get to say. Beautiful. Cecilia, being kind to living beings. All right, beautiful. All right, folks. This we got to share. We got to share our lot, our lottery, the gift that Hashem has given us in our unique, luminous path. All right, folks. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine coming to you from my home in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Wish you a wonderful day, a good Erev Shabbos, a good Shabbos, a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, a wonderful Shabbos. We should all have, and we will continue. All the best.